In a world where words seem to be losing their value, where noise and superficiality dominate, some questions arise. Is it possible to show our worth without saying a single word? Is it possible to understand the value and intentions of those around us beyond words? According to the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, the answer is a firm yes. The Stoics believed that courage was one of the most important qualities a human being could possess, and that it could be demonstrated through actions rather than words. Today, we invite you to embark on a journey of personal transformation, where you will discover how to recognize your own value and become an example for yourself and for the world. Stay with us until the end, where you will find valuable lessons to strengthen all your plans in the face of any adversity. If this is your first time on the channel, I ask for your support by subscribing and liking the video so I can continue creating more content like this in the future. In this video, you will learn how to dive into something real and authentic, understanding your worth through a perspective that has stood the test of time. Stoicism. Yes, you heard that right. Stoicism. This ancient philosophy is not about being cold or simply enduring pain, but about focusing on what truly matters in life, especially in our relationships. Explore techniques to master yourself and unlock your genuine potential through our Stoic Guide, a powerful tool to face life's inevitable obstacles. Visit our website at artistoica.com.br or click the link in the pinned comment to get access now. Let's begin. Present yourself with dignity. Before you picture a Stoic as a rigid, emotionless figure from ancient times, let me clarify something. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or becoming distant. It is about understanding what deserves your energy and what does not. The way you present yourself does deserve your energy, so let's talk about what it truly means to show up with dignity in relationships. Sometimes we try so hard to impress someone that we lose ourselves in the process, dressing a certain way, speaking a certain way, all in search of approval. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Your dignity is not found in the clothes you wear or the places you go, but in how you behave, in your actions and choices. Imagine this. You're in a coffee shop and you see two people on a date. One is flashy, trying desperately to impress, while the other is relaxed and comfortable in their own skin. Which one do you think leaves a lasting impression, the genuine one? That is the power of presenting yourself with dignity. The Stoics sought to live with integrity and self-respect. How does that translate to our modern world? It's simple. If you feel passion for something, pursue it and let it shine. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about feeling confident and secure in who you truly are, knowing that you are worthy just as you are. And here's something important. Treat yourself with respect. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. What are you telling the world is acceptable? If you respect yourself, your time, your energy, your emotions, you send a clear and powerful message. I am worthy of respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. In the context of relationships, it's not just about how you see yourself or what you say. It's about how you react and behave in different situations. Do you respond with desperation or with dignity? Do you compromise your values just to fit in, or do you stand your ground even if it means standing alone? This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. We're all human. We make mistakes and have awkward moments. What matters is how you handle those moments. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you hold your head high and learn from the experience? Let's reflect on how we can begin to show up with more dignity in our daily interactions. One way is by setting clear and healthy boundaries in our relationships, communicating firmly yet respectfully what we are willing to accept and what we are not. This allows us to protect our emotional integrity and establish a standard of mutual respect. Another way to present ourselves with dignity is by learning to say no to things that do not align with our values and priorities. This may mean declining commitments or situations that make us uncomfortable or go against our principles. By doing so, we affirm our right to live according to our convictions and remain faithful to ourselves. Perhaps it also means treating others with a bit more kindness and respect in our everyday interactions, recognizing the humanity in everyone we encounter and showing empathy for their experiences and emotions. This allows us to build deeper, more authentic and meaningful relationships. When we begin to recognize and honor our own dignity, we start to act in a way that the outside world notices. This directly influences how others see us and how they treat us, creating a positive cycle of mutual respect and appreciation for each individual's dignity. Know your worth. You might be thinking, this is just another talk about self-love. But stay with me, because here you won't hear about staring into the mirror and repeating how amazing you are. So what does Stoicism have to do with knowing your worth in relationships? Quite a lot, actually. The Stoics teach us that the most important focus is on what we can control, and your self-worth is entirely under your control. It's not about how many likes you get on Instagram or whether someone sends you a friend request on social media. It's about how you see yourself and how much you value who you are. Think about it this way. Imagine you are a precious stone. Not everyone recognizes the value of a rare gem. Some people might pass right by it without realizing what it is, but that doesn't change the stone's value. It remains rare, unique, and valuable. This is the reflection you need to hold about yourself. That is who you are, genuine, unique, and valuable. Your worth does not decrease just because someone fails to see it. Let's be honest, everyone here has faced rejection at some point. We've all experienced the feeling of not being good enough, especially in our hyper-connected world where it seems like everyone else is living their best life. But this is where Stoicism reminds us that your value is not tied to someone else's approval. It is tied to how you live your life, your virtues, and your actions. Are you kind? Are you honest? Are you living in a way you can be proud of? That is where your true value lies. The Stoics placed great importance on self-reflection. Take a moment to think about your qualities, not superficial traits, but deeper values. Are you compassionate, resilient, a good listener? These are the qualities that shape your worth. And here's the key. When you truly understand this deeply and honestly, it changes how you show up in relationships. You will no longer tolerate disrespect, not because you are arrogant, but because you respect yourself too much to accept it. Here's a small Stoic exercise for you. The next time you feel undervalued, instead of falling into a spiral of self-doubt, ask yourself, what are my strengths and values? This isn't about becoming arrogant, it's about quietly recognizing that you are worthy without needing external validation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic emperors, said that you have power over your mind, not over external events. Understand this, and you will find strength. When we talk about relationships, we enter a space where recognizing our own worth becomes essential. It's important to understand that our value is not defined solely by how others perceive us, but exists intrinsically in how we perceive ourselves. This is a daily reminder, a constant practice, one that invites us to cultivate and strengthen our self-worth and inner confidence. Each morning, we have the opportunity to affirm our value, independent of others' opinions or judgments. It's about remembering that we are valuable and deserving of love and respect, not because someone else says so, but because we deeply believe it within ourselves. This path towards self-knowledge and self-acceptance leads us to realize that our worth does not depend on external opinions, but flows from our own essence and authenticity. Every step on this journey of self-discovery brings us closer to understanding our true value. It is a gradual and continuous process of personal growth, where we learn to recognize and appreciate our strengths, virtues, and unique qualities. As we dive deeper into this inner journey, we discover that our worth is not subject to others' approval. Understanding that our value is something we can cultivate and strengthen over time empowers us to take control of our lives and relationships. It frees us from the need for external validation and allows us to live from a place of unshakable self-worth and confidence. In the end, it's about finding strength in your own value, whether others recognize it or not, and remembering that you are worthy of love and respect simply for being who you are. Act with boundaries. Don't tell me, show me. This principle applies perfectly when we talk about setting boundaries. It's one thing to tell someone what your boundaries are, but it's another thing entirely to demonstrate them through your actions. Think of it this way. Anyone can say they won't tolerate disrespect, but the moment of truth comes when that situation actually happens. Do you stand firm in your boundaries, or do you allow them to be crossed? That's where your real power lies. It's not in what you say, it's in what you do. And yes, this may not be easy, especially when emotions are involved. But remember what our Stoic friends taught us. Everything is under our control, including how we choose to respond to situations. When someone crosses a line, it is your reaction that defines your boundaries, not your words. For example, if you've made it clear that honesty matters to you and someone lies, the way you handle that moment speaks volumes. Stepping back or addressing the issue calmly and directly shows that you take your boundaries seriously. There's no need for drama, just self-respect, expressed in a way that aligns with your values. This approach can completely change the dynamic of relationships. When people see that you have boundaries you will not allow to be crossed, along with standards and values you are committed to upholding, they begin to understand what you will accept and what you will not. It's about cultivating self-respect and standing by it. And this is where it becomes truly Stoic. It's not only about the big moments, but also about the small, everyday boundaries. It's how you respond when someone cancels plans at the last minute, or how you react when someone takes you for granted. Through calm words and consistent actions, you communicate that this behavior is not acceptable. The practice of mindfulness goes far beyond simply being present in the moment. It is about fully immersing yourself in the here and now, carefully observing every thought, emotion, and action that arises within you. On this path of self-awareness, we are invited to reflect on how our actions express our personal boundaries and core values. By staying fully aware of the present moment, we give ourselves the opportunity to assess whether our actions are aligned with our limits and our authenticity. It becomes a continuous process of self-evaluation, where we ask ourselves whether we are acting in harmony with our deepest principles or drifting away from our true selves due to external pressure or social expectations. This practice leads us to closely examine each interaction and situation, looking for signs of how we are responding and whether we are remaining true to ourselves. It invites us to witness our own boundaries, to recognize when we feel uncomfortable or compromised, and to take action to protect our integrity and emotional well-being. It is in the small, everyday moments that the true test of our boundaries appears. These seemingly insignificant situations reveal our true nature and the strength of our character. Mindfulness challenges us to stay present in every moment, to be aware of how we are responding to life's circumstances, and to cultivate greater clarity and discernment in our actions and decisions. As we move through our daily lives and interact with others, we can adopt a more Stoic perspective in how we express and establish our personal boundaries. This is not about imposing rigid rules or becoming inflexible in our relationships. Rather, it is about developing an inner compass that guides how we act and react in different situations. This inner compass, inspired by Stoic principles, invites us to stay aware of our values and boundaries and to live in alignment with them at every moment. It's not about shutting ourselves off from the world or building walls around us, but about creating healthy boundaries that reflect who we are and what we value in life. When we begin to live this way, the people around us notice. They start to see us as individuals who not only have clear boundaries, but who respect themselves enough to ensure those boundaries are respected by others. It becomes a quiet declaration, I will not compromise my principles for the convenience of others. This mindset not only helps us build more authentic and respectful relationships, but also allows us to develop a deeper sense of self-worth and inner confidence. By living according to our values and limits, we become a symbol of integrity and authenticity in a world often filled with uncertainty and confusion. Limit access. I know this may sound a bit old-fashioned, maybe even a little strict, but hear me out. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about respecting yourself and understanding your own value. What does Stoicism say about this? Stoicism teaches the art of self-discipline and self-control, not in a rigid or harsh way, but through wisdom, knowing what is truly valuable and not giving it away carelessly. In a world driven by instant gratification, this approach feels like a breath of fresh air. Think about relationships or dating. Often, there's pressure to share everything, your time, your space, your deepest thoughts, right away. But the Stoics would advise stepping back. Something that is always available can easily lose its value. That's human nature. If you are always available at the snap of a finger, always saying yes to everything, where is the mystery, the depth, the sense of anticipation? Now let's talk about how to limit access in a dignified and stoic way. First, it's about how you present yourself. Dress with elegance, but with modesty. This isn't just about fashion. It's a statement of intention that says, I value myself. You're not hiding, but you're also not exposing everything. There is balance here, a quiet sense that there is more to you than what appears at first glance. Next comes your time and attention. In a world where we are constantly connected, being selective about who receives your time is a powerful act. This isn't about playing games. It's about saying, my time matters, and I choose to spend it wisely. When you are with someone, be fully present and engaged. But when you are not, feel comfortable being unavailable because you are focused on your own life, your passions, your growth, your purpose. Stoicism also teaches emotional self-control. This does not mean becoming cold or distant in any way. It means not allowing everything to affect you deeply. You maintain a sense of inner calm. You don't give your emotional energy to just anyone. They must earn it. And to be clear, this doesn't mean becoming a Stoic statue. We are all human, and connection is what makes life rich. But there is beauty in taking things slowly, in building a connection that isn't based solely on instant access and immediate gratification. It's about creating something with depth, something that lasts. Always remember that limiting access is not about playing with other people's feelings or manipulating situations to your advantage. On the contrary, it is an act of deep self-respect and alignment with your core values. Limiting access means showing, not with empty words, but with consistent actions, that you value yourself and expect to be valued in the same way by others. It is a process that involves being a bit more selective in your interactions, more thoughtful in your decisions, and more measured in your expressions. It's about finding that delicate balance between openness and restraint, between sharing yourself and protecting a part of who you are, safeguarding your emotional integrity and your self-worth. By adopting this approach, we follow in the footsteps of the Stoics in our modern world of dating and relationships. We commit to living according to our deepest principles and to setting clear boundaries that reflect our dignity and self-respect. And believe me, this approach makes all the difference in how we are perceived and treated by others. When we value ourselves and act with stoic firmness and consistency, we send a clear message to the world around us. We deserve to be treated with respect and consideration, and we are not willing to compromise our integrity out of fear of loneliness or lack of acceptance. Focus on actions, not words. As we've explored, Stoicism is about practical wisdom. It teaches us to judge people by their actions, not just by their sweet words. We live in a world filled with charming language and empty promises, especially when it comes to relationships. But the Stoics urge us to look beyond that. They teach us to observe behavior because actions reveal the truth. Think about it. It's easy to say the right things, to promise a beautiful future, to speak in ways that sound perfect. But are those words supported by action? Do they lead by example? That's where the real story is told. Let's be honest, most of us have been there. We meet someone, they say all the right things, and we get carried away. But over time, their actions don't match their words. They say they'll call and don't. They make plans and cancel at the last minute. Yet their words still try to hold us emotionally. This is where our inner Stoic must step in. Stoicism teaches us not to be seduced by words or overwhelmed by emotions. It invites us to be rational, to see things as they truly are. When someone's actions don't align with their words, that is a warning sign. It's life quietly telling you, pay attention, something isn't right here. This shift in focus completely changes the dynamics of our relationships. Instead of getting lost in promises and romantic language, we begin to notice subtler details. How do they react under pressure? Do they follow through on what they say? Are they present, not just in words, but in real, tangible ways? And here lies the most powerful part of this process. When we focus on actions, we set a standard. We send a clear and firm message. I'm not just listening to what you say, I'm watching what you do. The people around us realize that sweet talk alone is not enough to earn a place in our lives. They must demonstrate their worth and true intentions through consistent, meaningful actions. This shift in perspective empowers us to discern with greater clarity and wisdom in our relationships. It allows us to recognize the gap between words and actions and helps us build more authentic and meaningful connections based on mutual trust and genuine respect. Ultimately, it leads us to cultivate healthier and more fulfilling relationships, where consistency between what is said and what is done becomes essential. It's important to keep in mind that this is not about adopting a cynical or suspicious attitude toward everyone around us. Rather, it's about exercising the right level of discernment and prudence to protect our heart and our inner peace, guided by a layer of Stoic wisdom. This wisdom invites us not to let our emotions dictate our actions, but to remain grounded in our core principles and values. It's about finding a healthy balance between heart and mind, between passion and reason. In this sense, it's essential to observe people's actions while listening to their words. Adopting a Stoic approach to love means being rational, observant, and wise in our interactions and personal relationships. It means recognizing that at the end of the day, it is concrete actions that truly reveal people's feelings and intentions far more than words alone. By committing to this philosophy of life, we empower ourselves to make more informed and conscious decisions in our relationships, based on a deep understanding of reality and an honest appreciation of both ourselves and others. Prepare yourself to walk away. Within Stoicism, there is a beautiful concept of detachment, not in a cold or insensitive way, but in understanding what we can and cannot control. One of the most powerful things we can control is our decision to stay in or leave a situation that is no longer right for us. And yes, this applies to relationships as well. We have all been in situations where everything inside us tells us, this is not what I deserve, yet we stay. Maybe it's fear of being alone, fear of change, or simply holding on to the hope that things will improve. But here's the turning point. True power lies in recognizing that staying in a situation that compromises our values is a choice, and that we can choose differently. This doesn't mean walking away at the first sign of difficulty. Relationships require effort, commitment, and patience. But it does mean knowing your worth so deeply that when something goes against your values, you are prepared to step away. It's about having that inner strength, that Stoic fortress to say, I respect myself enough not to accept less than I deserve. Let's go deeper into this idea. Being prepared to walk away is an act of self-affirmation. It requires clarity and inner strength to recognize when a situation or relationship no longer aligns with your core values and sense of dignity. And let me emphasize, this doesn't have to be dramatic or chaotic. Often, it is a calm and conscious decision, a quiet understanding that you deserve better. Yes, facing the unknown can feel intimidating, but it's in these moments of challenge that we can remember the lessons of the Stoics, who encourage us to embrace adversity with courage and accept that life is constantly changing. Recognizing that you have the courage to let go of what no longer serves you creates space for new opportunities and experiences. It clears the path for growth and personal renewal. It's important to understand that you are not holding on out of need or fear. You are making a conscious choice to honor your emotional well-being and your happiness. When you find the courage to release what no longer nourishes you, you take a step toward a brighter and more fulfilling future. You are saying yes to yourself and to the possibilities that await beyond what is familiar. As we reflect on the idea of being prepared to walk away, let us remember that this act of courage and authenticity opens us to new opportunities and experiences in life. It reminds us that we deserve to live fully and that we have the power to create the kind of life we want. So as we sip our coffee and allow these reflections to settle, let's remember that being ready to walk away does not mean becoming cold or distant toward others. On the contrary, it is an expression of deep self-love and respect for ourselves. It empowers us to recognize and defend our own limits and needs. When we say, "I deserve something better," we are not judging others harshly. We are affirming our own worth and dignity. We are recognizing that we deserve relationships that respect us and support our emotional and personal growth. By having the courage to walk away from what no longer serves us, we affirm our self-worth and honor our deepest needs. In this process of being ready to walk away, we also cultivate the ability to discern what truly matters in our relationships. We learn to identify unhealthy or toxic patterns and make decisions that align with our long-term well-being and happiness. Therefore, let us remember that being prepared to walk away is an act of self-love and a clear expression of our commitment to living a full and authentic life. It is a constant reminder that we deserve to be treated with respect and consideration in all our interactions, and that we are willing to defend that right with determination and strength. The power of no. In Stoicism, there is a strong emphasis on personal integrity and the courage to stand by your principles. This applies directly to our ability to say no in relationships. It's about knowing what you believe in and not being afraid to uphold your standards, even if it means rocking the boat. Imagine you're dating someone and they suggest something that doesn't feel right to you. Maybe things are moving too fast, or perhaps it compromises your values in some way. The easy path would be to simply go along with it. But this is where your inner Stoic must step in and say no. In that moment, you are choosing to respect yourself, your values, and your boundaries. I'm not saying this is easy. On the contrary, it can be incredibly difficult, especially when you care about the person. There's always that quiet voice in the back of your mind asking, what if this pushes them away? But this is where we must be brave. Stoicism teaches us courage, not only to face external challenges, but also internal ones. Saying no is not just about self-respect, it's about showing that you value yourself enough not to settle for less than you deserve. Yes, you might lose someone, but here's the key. If saying no to something that goes against your values drives someone away, then perhaps, just perhaps, they were never the right person for you. This approach can truly change the dynamics of a relationship. When someone sees that you are not afraid to say no, that you are not there simply to please them at the expense of your own values, their perception shifts. It shows that you are someone who respects yourself, someone who knows your worth. Here's another Stoic insight. Rejecting what conflicts with your values is not only about setting boundaries with others, it's also about being honest with yourself. It's about recognizing what you truly want and refusing to commit to a relationship that doesn't align with that truth. It means not allowing fear of being alone to push you into decisions that aren't right for you. Saying no is, in essence, an act of authenticity and self-affirmation. It allows us to establish healthy boundaries and remain faithful to our core values. It is a way of living with integrity, just as the Stoics taught, standing firm in our convictions and acting in alignment with our principles. When we say no, we honor our real needs and desires instead of giving in to external expectations or the demands of others. We affirm ourselves and set the foundation for relationships built on mutual respect and genuine understanding. It's important to say this clearly. Saying no does not mean being selfish or insensitive toward others. Rather, it is a form of self-care and authenticity. By setting clear boundaries and expressing our needs honestly, we foster healthier and more meaningful relationships, where both we and others are valued and respected for who we truly are. So, let us remember that it is perfectly okay to say no. It is an expression of self-love and an essential step toward building authentic and fulfilling relationships. When we embrace our ability to say no when necessary, we place ourselves in a position of personal power and allow ourselves to live with integrity and authenticity in all our interactions. Healthy skepticism. Skepticism and Stoicism go hand in hand. The Stoics sought to see things as they truly are, not as they wish them to be. In the world of love and dating, you might wonder if this still applies. After all, we've all heard someone say exactly what we want to hear, and we want to believe it, even while ignoring the red flags quietly waving in the background. This is where our inner Stoic comes into action. A healthy dose of skepticism is like a superpower. It doesn't mean being negative or cynical. It means staying grounded, not taking everything at face value. It's about observing, questioning, and resisting the urge to dive in headfirst without reflection. Let's put this into context. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone and they seem amazing. You're both saying wonderful things, talking about a future together, yet only a few weeks have passed since you met. Your Stoic side would gently say, "Slow down, don't rush. Let's see if their actions match their words and how things unfold over time." This skepticism is not about bombarding the other person with questions or doubting every move they make. It is more about being aware, listening carefully to what they say, and also observing what they do. It means taking the time to truly get to know someone, to see whether they are consistent, whether they are genuine. The Stoics placed great value on the use of logic and reason, rather than simply being carried away by emotions in relationships. This is crucial. It is true that finding balance between our emotions and logic can be quite challenging in matters of love. However, by cultivating a healthy degree of skepticism, we create space for our rational mind to evaluate situations more objectively and clearly. By maintaining a certain level of skepticism, we avoid being swept away by emotional impulses in the moment, and instead make decisions grounded in reality and in our true needs. This allows us to distinguish between what is beneficial for us and what may pose a threat or become an obstacle to our emotional well-being. Furthermore, skepticism offers us the opportunity to protect our hearts from possible disappointments or emotional harm. By not rushing into situations without properly evaluating the circumstances, we grant ourselves the necessary space to better understand the other person, their intentions, and their compatibility with our own needs and values. This is not about building walls or barriers around our hearts, but about opening doors with discernment. By being slightly skeptical, we remain alert and emotionally aware, allowing ourselves to explore new connections with a clear mind and a protected heart. Embracing imperfections. Stoicism, as a philosophy of life, invites us to embrace imperfections. It encourages us to tune into the very essence of existence, to flow with the natural rhythms of the universe, and to accept reality with serenity and calm. In the context of love, these teachings take on deep and transformative meaning. By adopting a Stoic perspective, we recognize that both we and those we love are imperfect beings, subject to life's uncertainties and human limitations. Instead of seeking perfection in others or in ourselves, we embrace imperfections as an integral part of the human experience. We value authenticity over appearances, finding beauty in vulnerability and sincerity. By accepting these imperfections with compassion and understanding, we create space for mutual growth and genuine connection. The practice of acceptance and understanding gives us the opportunity to cultivate strong and meaningful relationships, where authentic connection and mutual support are fundamental pillars. Rather than resisting reality or trying to shape others according to our desires, we learn to adapt and flow with the circumstances that arise, discovering a deep sense of peace and fulfillment in the present moment. Through acceptance, we recognize and embrace both our own imperfections and those of others. We accept that we are human beings with limitations and that making mistakes and facing challenges in relationships is natural. Instead of judging ourselves or others, we allow ourselves to be compassionate and understanding, acknowledging that everyone is doing the best they can with the tools and resources available to them at a given time. Understanding invites us to place ourselves in another's position, to empathize with their experiences and struggles. We recognize that each individual carries their own history, their own wounds, and their own motivations, and we strive to understand their perspective with compassion and empathy. By doing so, we strengthen the bonds of connection and trust in our relationships, fostering an environment of mutual support and unconditional understanding. Ultimately, the practice of acceptance and understanding allows us to cultivate more authentic and meaningful relationships, where love and connection naturally flourish in an atmosphere of mutual acceptance and respect. By learning to flow with circumstances and embrace reality as it is, we find deep satisfaction and wholeness in our relationships, allowing love to blossom in its fullest expression. By honoring and celebrating our shared humanity, we embrace the richness of our interpersonal connections and recognize our profound interconnectedness with all beings. This approach invites us to cultivate a compassionate and understanding love that goes beyond the limits of the ego and embraces the diversity and uniqueness of each individual. By recognizing that we are all navigating life's journey together, we become allies and companions to those who cross our path, committing ourselves to mutual support through both the highs and lows of existence, moments of joy and celebration, as well as challenges and difficulties, approached with equanimity and empathy. This kind of love knows no boundaries or limits, as it transcends barriers of difference and separation. We unite in the shared experience of humanity, recognizing unity within diversity and discovering a profound sense of connection and belonging in our interactions with others. By embracing this compassionate and understanding form of love, we nurture deeply meaningful and enriching relationships that offer us support, comfort, and joy throughout our journey in life. Instead of centering everything on ourselves, we shift our attention toward others, offering our loving and understanding presence as a beacon of hope and comfort in a world that is often turbulent and chaotic. In summary, Stoicism invites us to embrace reality as it is, finding beauty and meaning in every experience, including relationships and love. By practicing acceptance, understanding, and compassion, we cultivate authentic and deeply fulfilling relationships, rooted in genuine connection and unconditional mutual support. 10. Never chase. Never chase. This principle connects beautifully with everything we have been discussing, especially when viewed through a Stoic lens. In Stoicism, there is a strong emphasis on focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. This philosophy becomes incredibly powerful when applied to relationships. It teaches us that chasing someone who is pulling away is not only ineffective, but also misaligned with self-respect and personal worth. Imagine this situation. You are seeing someone, things seem to be going well, and then they begin to distance themselves. Most of us have been there and felt the urge to chase, to try to close that gap. But this is where Stoic teachings come in. The Stoics would ask, when you chase what is not within your control, what happens to your dignity, your self-respect, and your inner peace? Chasing someone who is pulling away is like trying to hold water in your hands. It slips through your fingers, leaving you feeling empty and depleted. Here is the key insight. When you have the courage to release what no longer serves you, you create space for something better. It is like clearing clutter to make room for clarity and renewal. While stepping away from what no longer nourishes you can be difficult, it is an authentic act of self-love. The Stoic approach is to remain grounded in your own worth. If someone is distancing themselves, let them go. This is not about being cold or insensitive. It is about recognizing that you cannot control how another person feels or behaves. You can only control how you respond. Let's be honest, this is not easy. It takes real strength not to chase, not to give in to that impulse. But it is about trusting that if someone truly wants to be with you, they will choose to stay. When you stop chasing, you begin to focus on yourself, on your own life, and remarkable things begin to happen. You attract people who are drawn to the strength and confidence you project. It is as if you are sending a clear signal that says, I am worthy. Let us be stoic in our approach to relationships, respecting ourselves and focusing on what we can control. True peace comes from within, not from someone else's validation. You have the power to choose how you respond to the world around you. Remember, you are the architect of your own dignity, the guardian of your self-worth. Embrace this power. Let your actions, your choices, and your boundaries speak for the incredible person you are. These are some of the ways you demonstrate your value and recognize the value of others, following Stoic wisdom through actions rather than words. Courage is not something we claim, it is something we prove through our behavior. I hope this theme has brought clarity to your path. If it has, do not wait. Go deeper into yourself and into what you are experiencing. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. Share your experience in the comments, and if it resonates with you, give us a like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue growing and learning together in the spirit of Stoicism. 11. Love, unconditional love. Unconditional love is a fundamental concept in Stoic philosophy. It goes beyond simply loving others without expecting anything in return. It involves recognizing and honoring the intrinsic value of every human being, regardless of their actions, achievements, or circumstances. Practicing unconditional love toward ourselves means committing to self-acceptance and self-worth as we are, with both our strengths and our flaws. It requires cultivating a compassionate and accepting relationship with ourselves, freeing us from excessive self-criticism and negative judgment. Likewise, unconditional love toward others goes beyond showing empathy or compassion for their struggles. It means accepting people as they are, without trying to change them or judge their decisions. Being present for others in moments of need involves much more than offering a shoulder to cry on. It means fostering a deep and genuine connection with those around us. This includes being willing to listen actively, to understand their fears and concerns, and to offer meaningful support, even when it requires stepping outside our comfort zone. By practicing this form of unconditional support, we are not only expressing empathy and compassion for others, but also strengthening our own relationships. When we commit to being present for others in their moments of need, we build bonds rooted in trust, depth, and authentic human connection. We are building lasting bonds rooted in mutual respect and trust. It is important to remember that unconditional support is not limited to moments of crisis. It also means being present to celebrate the victories and achievements of others, sharing in their joy and honoring their successes. This is an act of solidarity and companionship that further strengthens the connections we have with those around us. A key practice of unconditional love is learning to forgive and to release resentment or bitterness toward those who have hurt or disappointed us. This requires acknowledging our own humanity as well as that of others, understanding that we all make mistakes and face challenges in life. Forgiveness does not mean excusing the actions of others or ignoring the harm they caused, but rather freeing ourselves from the emotional weight we carry when we cling to resentment, allowing us to move forward with compassion and inner peace. By practicing unconditional love and forgiveness, we are not only strengthening our relationships with others, but also growing and evolving as individuals. When we choose to forgive and to love unconditionally, we choose to release the burden of resentment and bitterness, opening ourselves to the possibility of meaningful personal growth. Unconditional love invites us to accept others as they are, with all their imperfections and flaws, recognizing their intrinsic value as human beings. It challenges us to show compassion and empathy even toward those who have hurt or disappointed us, and to remain open to the possibility of reconciliation and deeper understanding. In addition, forgiveness allows us to free ourselves from the past and move forward with greater clarity and inner calm. By letting go of resentment and grudges, we create space for healing and personal growth, allowing us to close painful chapters and open ourselves to new experiences and opportunities for love and genuine connection. In summary, practicing unconditional love and forgiveness enables us to build healthier and more meaningful relationships based on mutual acceptance, respect, and personal growth. It offers us the opportunity to experience deeper and more enriching connections with ourselves and with others, and to live a more complete and fulfilling life. 12. Do not center your life entirely on another person. In today's society, we often fall into the trap of placing others on a pedestal, losing our own sense of direction in the process. In love, when you take responsibility for your own path, you naturally become more valuable. No one can harm you without your consent. Do not allow others to control you. This powerful idea reminds us that ultimately we are the guardians of our inner peace and emotional well-being. In a world where criticism and judgment from others can be constant, it is essential to understand that we have the power to choose how much they affect us. Taking ownership of our minds and emotions is a call to self-reflection and authenticity, to be who we truly are without fear of external judgment. When we internalize this principle, we become masters of our own destiny, and our self-esteem and self-respect begin to flourish, making us more grounded and more valuable to others. Therefore, when facing challenges or criticism in our lives, let us remember this powerful truth attributed to Marcus Aurelius: no one can harm you without your consent. Refraining from always initiating conversations in a world of constant communication may seem difficult, but it is deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom. Philosophers like Epictetus reminded us of the importance of listening more than speaking, allowing others to take the initiative in conversation. By letting others lead, we learn more about them and about ourselves. Being constantly ready to speak can come across as anxious or even self-centered, which often pushes people away. Patience and the willingness to let others initiate interactions align with the development of genuine, high-value relationships. This approach, grounded in applying Stoic principles to everyday life, is a powerful tool for personal growth and for strengthening authentic, meaningful connections. By embracing ideas such as patience, moderation in availability, independence, and allowing others to initiate interaction, you position yourself for a more balanced and authentic life. Stoicism, as a philosophy of life, does not merely influence how we relate to others, it also drives a profound shift in how we perceive ourselves internally. By adopting and applying these principles, we embark on an introspective journey that allows us to find calm amid turbulence, make more conscious and deliberate decisions, and face challenges with a mental strength that renders us resilient. The essence of Stoicism lies not only in how we interact with the external world, but in how we forge a deep connection with our own inner nature. By following these principles, we learn not only to handle external circumstances, but also to walk an internal path of self-knowledge and self-mastery. These principles become an inner compass that guides our decisions, teaching us to find balance in chaos, face uncertainty with calm, and cultivate the mental resilience needed to overcome adversity in a meaningful and profound way. Ultimately, Stoicism translates into an internal transformation that not only shapes our external relationships, but also reshapes our understanding and perception of ourselves, allowing us to live a more authentic, purposeful, and fulfilling life. 13. Living in alignment with our values. Living according to our values is a central practice in Stoicism, and one that can have a profound impact on our relationships. This philosophy reminds us of the importance of remaining faithful to what we believe is right and just, even within the context of an intimate relationship. When we apply this concept to our romantic relationships, it means ensuring that the relationship aligns with our deepest values and principles. This requires reflecting on what those values are and how they manifest in our daily lives and in our relationships. For example, if honesty and trust are core values, then it is essential that the relationship be grounded in transparency and open communication. Likewise, if we value mutual respect and equality, we must ensure that our interactions with our partner reflect those principles. Making decisions based on our values also means staying true to ourselves, even when faced with challenges or external pressure within a relationship. This may involve making difficult choices, such as setting healthy boundaries or ending a relationship that no longer aligns with our ethical standards. When we commit to living according to our values in a romantic relationship, we lay the foundation for a meaningful and lasting connection. This commitment not only strengthens our personal integrity, but also helps cultivate an environment of trust, respect, and mutual growth. Aligning our actions and decisions with our values allows us to act consistently with what we believe truly matters in life and in our interactions with others. With our partner, for example, if we value loyalty, we will strive to be faithful and dependable within the relationship. If we value generosity, we will seek ways to support and care for our partner selflessly. This alignment between our values and our actions creates a sense of authenticity and sincerity within the relationship. Our partner perceives us as people of integrity and reliability, which strengthens the bond of trust between us. Moreover, by acting in harmony with our values, we inspire our partner to do the same, fostering mutual growth and deeper understanding between both individuals. Living according to our values also helps us navigate the challenges and conflicts that may arise in a relationship. When faced with difficult situations, we can return to our values as a guide for making ethical and constructive decisions. This allows us to resolve problems respectfully and thoughtfully, rather than compromising our principles or acting impulsively. Ultimately, living in alignment with our values in a romantic relationship not only promotes our own happiness and well-being, but also enriches the connection with our partner. By building together on a foundation of integrity and mutual respect, we can create a strong and fulfilling relationship that endures over time. 14. Practicing virtue. Practicing virtue in a romantic relationship involves much more than simply acting with honesty, loyalty, compassion, and respect toward our partner. It is a commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves in every aspect of our shared life. Virtue invites us to deepen our honesty, which goes beyond transparent communication and means being authentic in our interactions, showing ourselves as we truly are, with both our strengths and areas for growth. By doing so, we cultivate an environment of mutual trust where both partners can grow and evolve freely. Loyalty in a virtuous relationship is not limited to emotional or physical faithfulness. It also includes a lasting commitment to support and be present for our partner in all circumstances. It means standing by them during difficult moments, offering a shoulder to lean on and a helping hand as you face challenges together. Compassion, as a pillar of virtue, calls us to place ourselves in our partner's position, to understand their perspective, and to empathize with their experiences and emotions. It means being willing to offer comfort and support when needed, and to celebrate their joys as if they were our own. A relationship grounded in mutual respect and virtue fosters an atmosphere of trust and shared support. This involves not only recognizing the inherent value of our partner as an individual, but also encouraging their personal and professional growth, actively listening to their thoughts and concerns, seeking to understand their viewpoint, and collaborating in decisions that benefit both. 15. Allow others to invest in you. Allowing others to invest in you is an acknowledgement of your uniqueness and worth. It is not merely about your presence in someone's life, but about becoming a meaningful and essential part of their world. This understanding reflects the truth that what is easily obtained is often undervalued, while genuine appreciation grows from effort and dedication. When someone invests their time, emotions, and energy in your life, a deeper and more lasting bond is formed. This process transforms your role from a fleeting presence or passing curiosity into someone who is truly valued. It is not about desperately seeking attention or affection, but about demonstrating that you are a meaningful and enriching presence in the lives of others, worthy of sincere and authentic interest. Allowing others to invest in you gives them the opportunity to make your presence an invaluable part of their lives, something they would not want to lose. The words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca resonate deeply here. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. This highlights that true value lies not only in existing, but in being sought after and earned. Reflecting on the story of Alexander the Great and his mentor Aristotle further illustrates how the value of profound teachings and the bond between teacher and student transcend the ordinary. Aristotle, a wise philosopher, was not merely a tutor in the young prince's life, but a guiding light of knowledge and strategic thought essential to governing an empire. Alexander, known for his ambition and intellect, recognized the value of Aristotle's teachings and devoted significant time and effort to learning from him. In summary, practicing virtue and allowing others to invest in you are central practices that enrich our relationships, strengthening bonds rooted in integrity, mutual respect, and shared growth, creating authentic and deeply fulfilling connections. Conclusion. As we conclude, my friends, and journey into the heart of Stoicism, remember that being a rock in the storm is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with the unshakable strength that resides within you. Let these Stoic principles guide you toward a life of self-mastery, resilience, and the profound joy that comes from governing your own mind. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within you, in your way of thinking." I sincerely hope this message has been helpful. I want to congratulate you for making it to the end of this video. This shows that you genuinely desire to grow as a person. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. If you're not sure what to say, simply write "gratitude" so I know you watched until the end. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Stoicism is filled with teachings like these that are deeply applicable to everyday life, and I encourage you to continue learning about this philosophy. I'll leave you with 2 additional videos filled with Stoic wisdom so you can keep learning. Until next time, have you ever felt like you were navigating a sea of uncertainty, searching for a compass to guide your path? If so, I have a special invitation for you: to have a mentor, a guide who can offer the direction and support you need to find clarity. It is with great joy that I present the ebook Stoic Art. More than just a book, it is a companion on your journey of self-discovery. Carefully crafted by our Stoic channel, This guide was designed to help people like you who seek guidance, clarity, and purpose amid life's complexities. I invite you to join this journey of self-knowledge and personal growth. Allow yourself the experience of having a mentor by your side, guiding each step of your path. Don't wait. Click the link below and get your copy of the ebook today. Join us on this journey of self-discovery and discover how Stoic philosophy can illuminate your path.